people that I'm streaming.
It's all smoky. Hold on.
And then I will tell more people that I'm streaming. Okay. Alright, load game. I hope I saved the game. There's a save. Okay, Vladimir is our dad. We have a rock. We have a porcelain bowl which contains aloe for our old, wrinkly, shitty, old person skin. We've got keys, which I think just work with our motorcycle. Flask, a salt shaker, a pencil, a spoke, a handle.
Can you share screen?
Yes, I can share screen. I have to figure out where my mouse is, though, and then I can share screen.
Okay.
But I have to remember to do it manually, because there's the prank window that isn't the real window. If I want to share the real screen. There's an intro movie for this game, which we haven't seen because it plays automatically on launch of the game. You might have seen it. There's one that plays on launch that talks about the Tungtwoska event, which seems like maybe an important element.
In a game called that?
Yeah. So basically there's a meteor and a bunch of trees fell over, and then I skipped the rest of the movie, and I don't remember it from 15 years ago or whenever the last time I played this game. So maybe at some point we'll check out that intro movie, but since it plays on launch, it would involve some juggling of windows that I don't want to deal with. But yeah, so the what you did not miss but don't remember from being high on medication is that our father is named Vladimir, and we refer to him by his first name. And we have a motorcycle, and this is his house. And he got kidnapped by people in hoods. And there's a guy named Max Gruber that works in the museum, and he seems okay. And there's a little girl on a bench, and we fixed her bicycle. And then she gave us a magnet so that we could get the keys out of the fishbowl.
A cool magnet.
Also, we're fucking built like a football player. She has strong shoulders. I have great confidence in her ability to take down enemies as the game goes on. I don't remember what we actually need to do at all, though. We probably need to go to the museum.
Oh, yeah, I think that just opened. Or if it didn't just open, we need to figure out how to open it.
Well, we also were breaking.
We just found a new place, didn't we?
The museum is closed.
I don't know if you know the podcast Dr. Game Show.
Mm-mm.
It is a game show where the game that is played and the rules that they follow are listener submitted.
Mm-hmm.
And they play one round of a listener submitted game, and whoever wins gets a custom magnet.
That's... I mean, is the magnet related to the show?
It just says Dr. Game Show.
I'm really gonna need... Okay. We can't get distracted on this. We have to put our brains together, because we have a million items, and we have a cat. And I'm pretty sure, based on
tape everything to the cat. Everything.
I'm literally... I think we are actually supposed to tape a cell phone to the cat. I think I remember that.
Kids can get in and out.
Because he's having a conversation on the cell phone right now, or not on the cell phone, on the house phone, and we need
It's like a conspiracy call.
Yeah, we need to figure out what he's having a call about, and I don't think it's cheating to use prior knowledge of this game, because obviously it isn't helping me, but I think we need to get a cell phone and then tape it to the cat. That doesn't bode well if that's like...
Looks like this can burst.
That's the BS puzzle that I remember, and it's like way earlier in the game than I was remembering. Like, there's gonna be a lot of this game where I'm gonna... I definitely remember looking up walkthroughs of this for my dad while he was playing, so I could dole out information. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the apartment. We're gonna check that out, and then we're gonna see what we can craft, because there's got to be some crafting that happens here.
Mm-hmm. I have a feeling right now we have like 6 items that can be merged up, and we just don't know what they are.
Absolutely. I mean, the first thing I did was put aloe vera in a bowl. I have no clue what that does.
Well, it's good for sunburns.
We're hitting the cheat button here, because...
Listen, I've played Kingdom Hearts. I remember how to do synthesis, and it's just button mash.
It's good for my...
The inside of the dish is somewhat porous.
It's somewhat porous. Can we put the salt in there, too? Nope. Okay. Oh, okay. I put the rock in the flask. Alright, we're off to a good start. The rock is now in the flask.
Alright. Thanks.
I probably need to put some sort of acid in the flask to get the gem
acid.
out.
Yeah. I guess maybe... Was there acid anywhere? I feel like I remember that, but also I could have just actually been dreaming that.
Yeah, you play adventure games and you go to sleep and you just have dreams about acid and
weird
like
shit.
Rolls of duct tape.
Really, really weird shit. I've fallen asleep in a lot of adventure games. And adventure game dreams are a very specific kind of weird.
Okay, we've combined the bucket handle with the garbage bag. Which I'm beginning to understand is some sort of crude
just a little more tape around it.
Trap.
Yeah.
Cat net.
Yes. Okay, so we've created a cat net, and now it needs... Okay. Well, she said it needed more tape, but I guess that was to narrate her actually putting the tape on it. What is a brailer?
Brailer?
A brailer.
Is that what they're called?
Brailer. A makeshift brailer.
Brailer.
Yeah, thank you.
There's a number on this original.
Oh, this is going to be the ruby we need. Right, okay.
Originally, the 3 largest gemstones
an emerald,
in
a
the
ruby,
world.
and an amethyst. Oh, so yeah, this is the amethyst, I guess.
A device for unloading large quantities of fish consisting of a net or small mesh webbing attached to a frame. This is not like the kind of net you'd use in a fish tank.
Oh. Well, okay.
This is like
I'm pretty sure
an
it's
industrial...
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's for the cat, but I guess it should... Okay, yeah, it's definitely for the cat.
I feel like this is a word that exists in German and doesn't exist in English.
It's like an 8-part compound word in German. Alright. Now we're gonna put his cat in a garbage bag. It seems like we could just threaten him with that, but... Oh, okay. We're not gonna put his cat in a garbage bag. Do we... Okay. Oh, boy. Okay. Well, putting his cat in the garbage bag was the most logical step in my mind.
I mean, once you've got that done, you don't really need to do, like, anything else.
Yeah. Like, okay,
That's your dad now.
We've got a net. We've got the tag. That's just information. Address book. Class. That's for later. Tape. Potentially, but she did say she already used it. Spoke, which seems like it should be done with now. Pencil. Salt. Alright, I'm gonna go out back and check on it. There's just, like, thudding music and people doing donuts outside. Your tires screeching constantly. Okay, alright.
Oleg is still on the phone, and he's not
So... we could use something on him, but... I don't... yeah, okay. Can we fill it with water? No.
Fucking
Okay.
Brailer.
Okay. Alright. It has to be for the cat. It has to be for the cat. There's no way it's not for the cat. But we don't have a cell phone. Is it in her stupid motorcycle? Is that what the keys are for?
Oh my god,
Oh
yeah.
my
the
god, that's
little
what the keys are
compartment.
for, aren't they? We never use the keys on the motorcycle.
I remember thinking that, but then it never got out.
The compartment is open now.
Oh my god. Why would that be a separate... She doesn't have the keys to her own motorcycle.
My cell phone and my
There's an animation
sunglasses.
for that.
I'd better take both before they get swiped.
Alright, okay, we're in business now.
Well, now they're just really showing off their
Alright.
budget.
But
They got
tape,
Now I
six
can
whole
take my cell
animations.
phone almost everywhere.
tape on cell phone. Alright, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Can I apply sunglasses to self?
Dark blue and very cool.
Yeah, sure, honey.
They are very cool.
Okay.
This is the year 2007, and
The cell
these are
phone's
very
camera
cool
flashes
sunglasses.
on. A rare example of the European roaming dictaphone. Now I just need to
What?
somehow lure the cat into the kitchen.
Lure the cat into the kitchen.
I can't tell, was that a joke? Or was she being like...
The European roaming dictaphone?
Yeah.
I mean, it was a
Like,
joke
that sounds
as written.
like a bad joke.
I don't know if it was a
But-
joke as she understood it, the voice actress.
Yeah, like she delivered it like earnestly.
So it's just taped to the cat now. So I'm just gonna leave my phone here.
I kind of thought something would happen.
I mean, there's a payphone outside,
Okay.
which I guess
Yeah,
means...
go to the payphone and then call, yeah.
No, but we have to get the cat to go into the kitchen first.
I think if you call, the cat will get scared and run away.
Why would it
However,
run into
who's
the
gonna
kitchen?
answer? Who's gonna answer the cat's phone?
Well, I'm sure... She said the camera function was on, which means nothing, but maybe it's just fine.
Wait, you're gonna take a picture of a fuck this game.
Okay, well, I'm at a loss as to what I could use to lure the cat into the kitchen, unless we have some kind of, like, remote control car that we're gonna use.
I say just go for a phone call, see what happens.
I wouldn't know who to call, and even if I did...
Okay, so she wants to use
No?
her
Okay.
cell phone.
Fuck.
Lure the cat into the kitchen. We may need further stuff.
Cats.
Okay, fine.
Cats.
Pets can get in and out through that thing.
Alright. Sunglasses don't lure cats.
Well, they could.
We're already
Like, listen,
really
in
stretching
our
here.
world, no, they can't.
Yeah, in Germany the rules are different.
Yeah.
Surely that wouldn't open the museum.
The museum is...
Okay. I think there's literally nothing we can do in the museum, so it has to be it. Luckily, there are relatively few locations we can go to. Bucket.
Without the grip,
Can you fix the bucket?
Well, no, I took the handle off.
there's just stinky rock.
That's what I used to make the brailer.
That leads to the sewer system.
Alright. Let's come over here. Cigarette butts.
A whole pile of cigarette butts. Looks like there was a chain smoker at work here.
Just the gross
On top of
detective
that,
guy.
my father is such a strict non-smoker. He even banned smoking anywhere on the property.
We can't go in this shed, can we? That would be... Okay. Alright. And... no more...
There's just stinky...
Okay. No more garbage.
Stinky.
Stinky. There's just stinky.
I'm
Pause
just
it.
thinking of the
It's
fucking...
unbelievable.
What's it? It's a Mario thing. I don't know what Mario thing, but it's just him saying stinky. And I got that stuck in my head now. Stinky.
All of the puzzle things I can think to do involve killing the fish, and that doesn't seem like it's a solution to anything.
Wait, you had acid.
No.
No, I remember you made a joke about pouring acid in the fish tank.
No.
No?
No.
God damn it.
I
can't remember anything.
You just have like an extremely detailed
That's the email that my father...
dream
Hello,
about
Nick. Haven't
me
heard
doing
from
fish
you in a
burgers.
long time. To answer,
Yeah?
And honestly, I swear, but now
That's the
Oh god, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. There's nothing here. There's nothing
the
here.
first and last on the
What?
She's saying that after she just typed in the... Canonically, she just accidentally typed in the password.
There's a
She
dentist
doesn't
appointment
understand
on
code at all.
one, and a shopping list on the other. I can't read the third one, and the fourth one is...
Okay. We may be nearing... It has to be some combination of stuff that's already in my inventory. There's no way.
Did you do cheat at the house? Yeah, you did. You did.
I did. I didn't do cheat on the window, so I guess I'll cheat on the window, and then that'll be... Then I'll screw around the inventory a little bit, and then I'll cheat for real. Because this game does not deserve an hour of my time spent on something that's not... It's like training your brain to be worse. I was reading a book where, like, that was the punishment, was, like, if you did something wrong or, like, heretical, you would have to read a book with, like, slightly wrong knowledge in it until you're completely...
That was the weird fantasy series.
Yeah.
Very hygienic.
Food and water bowl for the pet in the middle of the kitchen. Very hygienic. I mean, sure. Like, I don't see an issue with that.
I can't tell. Is she, like, being snarky, or is she just saying this earnestly?
So, there's a feeding dish. We're now aware of the feeding dish. Presumably, food can be used to lure the cat.
That makes sense.
Cats like food. There's a suspicious garden hose here. There's no way the garden hose isn't used for something.
Looks like this Kambursky...
Kambursky.
Can the brayer be attached to the hose? No.
Just putting a hose through a fish net at full blast.
She will not put the sunglasses on. She refuses. Okay. Well, we'll cheat in front of the house, and then I might need you to look something up, because it's going to be extremely stupid, and it's going to annoy me. But we already got taping the cell phone to the cat, so I feel like that should... Really, we should get some credit for that.
For you remembering this?
Yeah. Maybe if I talk to him again. She won't let me though, right? Like... Oh, there's the... Oh wait, can I interact with the pizza? No. Oh, the magnifying glass on the cat tracks with movement, because it's a 3D model.
I don't imagine he'll open the door.
Okay. All right. I'm ready to cheat.
Okay, give me 1 sec.
There's. You have to distract him. Maybe we can make him knock the food over somehow. I mean, we should really just call him on the phone, but she won't use the phone.
Hey, what the fuck's this game called?
Let's see if this Oleg is in there. The one
Secret
who wrote
Files,
the email to Daddy.
Tungtwoska.
Here. Oleg can
I'm not gonna get any real night. Oh wait, no, I am. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say I'm not gonna get a Game Boomers page like I did on the last one, but here I am.
Liz, believe me, I'm well acquainted with the walkthrough scene for Secret Files Tungtwoska, and it exists. Let me assure you, because I would not have completed this game ever if there were not walkthroughs for it. Can I walk down the street at all? Can I walk into the street?
Use the salt shaker on the pizza.
Alright, fuck this. Because cats like rotten, shitty German pizza, but they don't like salty, rotten, shitty German pizza. I didn't even know that pizza was a separate interactable until like 10 seconds ago. So now the cat's thirsty, because I guess pizza isn't already salty.
Worked. Oleg is still on the phone, and the cat will be drinking for a while. And hopefully recording the conversation.
The cat will be drinking for a while. Sounds like the kind of thing like a scrappy kid in a movie says, like about their deadbeat dad.
Secret Service. This phone tap.
I hope he just turns around and sees this.
The food and water bowls for the.
Okay, I mean, sure, whatever. I guess we're done here. Oleg is a very wealthy man. Do you think we're gonna have to wait?
I don't imagine he'll open.
Okay. Okay.
Pets can get in and.
Okay. Do you think the museum's open now? wait.
Now
hold
the
on,
cat's there?
Can I call my phone?
Let's see how the cat reacts to my cell phone's vibrate mode.
The voice actress in this game delivers every line the same way, and it fucking terrifies me.
Oh,
They
great.
replace her
The
later.
cat is up in the
Makes me
tree,
sad.
and my cell phone is stuck up there in a crotch of the tree. How am I
A
supposed to
crotch
get
of the
to
tree.
Mm-hmm.
Stuck up
That
there
is
in
what-
an old tree crotch. Good thing we have this brailer that we made ahead of time.
Use the brailer on the tree crotch.
Yeah.
That could work.
Yeah, it could, Nina, huh? Good
Wonderful.
job.
Let's see if the recording of Oleg's phone
That's the
conversation
sound of
gets
progress
me anywhere.
when I type with my typewriter in my journal like
Here
that.
anymore. No, Tunguska wasn't mentioned, but there wasn't any opportunity to either. Yeah, I just think someone urgently needs to take care of the matter. All right, so you'll call back then. Bye.
Well, that wasn't very productive.
Not a lot of space in between.
Okay, so this is what we have. Someone should be tending to some kind of matter. I hope the matter isn't me. Besides that, something about Tunguska. There was
Tunguska?
also something in the mail for Oleg. Maybe I should ask
Tungaga.
Max about that later.
Yep, I guess we should ask. Well, let's see if he opens the door now.
I don't imagine.
Okay, alright, just leave. Just leave, Nina. Go back to the museum. Go back. We're doing progress now.
Max Gruber
Did you get
said
your
he'd be
phone?
back at the museum
Yeah,
sometime
it's fine. I got it out of the
this
tree
evening.
crotch with the
I
brailers.
should use the time to get some shut-eye. If my feminine intuition doesn't fail me, I could regret it if I don't.
Feminine.
Yeah, because she's gonna fuck Max. So, that was what that line implied, because she switched from the one tone that she's been using the entire game to the one where she's like, I gotta get some rest before I see Max next time.
Did you get what I
Feminine
wanted?
intuition tells me.
Not yet. We've searched
But
through
we're gonna
everything,
bang.
but haven't found anything.
And Kalinkov?
This
Still
guy's
nothing
probably
here
cool.
either. We'll probably have to take other options into consideration.
Do you think he's a
I
good
don't
guy?
care what you do, as long
Oh
as you
yeah,
get
look at him.
results.
The subtitles are red. Do you think that's like a good sign? Or...
Yeah.
Strange. I feel like I'm always being followed. Even when I came home earlier, for a brief moment, I thought that I saw the face of that Konsky guy in the window. Oh well, most likely it's my nerves.
Yeah, I just imagined
Father.
seeing this creepy guy that's definitely not a detective's face in the window. Spoilers. I'm sure Konsky is a perfectly
This must
trustworthy
have
guy.
broken off one of the lights at the construction site.
All right, you know how we were talking about glass shards earlier?
Mhm.
Guys, glass shards. Go, Shardy. It's your birthday.
That's an escape plan with all of the rooms in the museum. It's not up to date considering a few of the rooms have been blocked off for renovation.
That violates code. It's
That's an escape
it's the-
plan with
demilitarized zone. Alright, let me do another take of that.
That's an escape.
It's the demilitarized zone. Is that better?
No.
Alright, fuck you. Piss. Wait. Kiss. Kigs?
Kigsg.
Piss. Alright, my instincts have been shattered by like 2 hours of dicking around with a cat and a cell phone. Like, I just need to like actually go to the objective and knock on the door and stop doing adventure game brain.
Hello? Can I interrupt for a moment?
You're not interrupting. On the contrary. Have you heard from your father?
No,
at his sweet gaming
unfortunately
rig.
not. And last night I was attacked.
Attacked? Are you hurt?
No, nothing to worry about. But it must be because of something important. Do you really have no idea what it could be?
It must be
No,
because of something
He's
important.
been under a lot of stress in the last few days, but that's happened before. Looking back, there are
This
plenty of
happens to
ways to
her
interpret it, but
frequently.
especially conspicuous? No, not really.
That's a shame. Yesterday evening you offered me your help. Does the offer still stand?
It's a
But of
biohazard
course.
locker.
My name is Max, by
Yeah,
the
he
way.
just keeps
Nina.
a couple
But
brewskis
you
in there.
know that, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
So, ask away.
Couple tall boys. All right, we're gonna. Ask
In the
about
last few
Tunguska.
hours, I've
Tunguska.
heard the name Tungtwoska several
Alright.
times. Do you know anything about it?
Pronounce it the same
You
way,
mean that
please.
Tunguska catastrophe from
Their name and
yes,
the place
could be.
are different every
Beginning of
time.
the last century, something exploded there. The destruction must have been enormous, but even today, nobody really knows what happened back then. Your
I remember
father
this
once took
hideous
part in an
papier-mâché
expedition
mask
to
from my
Tunguska, but you
childhood.
probably
I
know
hate
that,
this
don't
thing.
you?
We never really
Is that
spoke
a
much about
mask?
what
I thought
he
that
used
was
to
like
do.
a
After my mother's death,
clock or
he never
something.
wanted
I
to
don't
speak
know.
about his work in Russia
I hate
anymore.
it.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It was a long time ago. She was killed in a traffic accident. Shortly after that, we came to Germany. I think my father simply wanted to leave all of that behind him.
And your father never spoke about his work in Russia? Didn't you ever ask him?
No. He asked me never to ask him again. And I kept my word, despite being very interested at times.
Sometimes
well, I
was
know a
very
little more
interesting
about it.
At times.
In 1908, an unidentified object went down over the Siberian taiga. A huge area was completely destroyed by the shockwave and a wall of fire. The shepherds who lived there, the so-called Evenk, were either hurled through the air or burnt. There were hardly any survivors to witness anything. Several expeditions were started to find
Okay.
out the cause of this catastrophe.
Had a couple
But
of
despite
different
all their
recording
efforts,
locations.
no
huh?
clues or any evidence was found that was at all helpful. And in time, several fantastic theories arose, from a meteorite colliding with Earth, to the appearance of an unknown type of energy, to the explosion of a spaceship. And off the top of my head, that is about everything that I can tell you on the
Okay.
subject. But somewhere in the archive, I still have a few articles over the Tunguska phenomenon lying around. Shall I go and get them?
Tunguska.
Yes, that would be sweet of you. Oleg
Yeah,
spoke
please
about
go
it,
into
and I
another room
read
so
one of my
nothing bad
father's
can
mails
happen
to
to you.
him. There was also something about it in there. Maybe it will bring me a little further.
Okay, I just have to get a few small things done here, and then I'll have a look around the archive.
Thank you very much.
He's on Facebook. You can see. Like, it's not subtle at all. She can see the screen from where she's standing.
I mean, who isn't on Facebook?
Alright, we have more dialogue.
Yesterday evening, Eddie was mumbling something about people in black robes. I didn't take him very seriously at first, because his description was, let's say, a little strange. But I spoke to a little girl today who saw
my
something
God.
Oh my
similar last
God.
night.
Why is it
She
like
even
this?
took a photo of the men in black robes. Unfortunately, there is not very much to see, but I'll certainly speak to Eddie about it again. Do you know where I can find him?
No, I have no idea. I haven't seen him all day.
They had the voice actors record
probably crept
one
away
line at a
somewhere
time
quiet
just to
to think
keep them
about
off
it all.
balance so they
You
wouldn't
mean
like
he's drinking again?
have any idea
Yes, I'm
what kind of
afraid
tone
so.
they were supposed to read with.
Unless...
Unless what?
Oh, nothing.
Nothing? Come on,
Oh,
Oleg,
nothing.
tell me.
They did it,
Well,
did
if
it
those
Elder
strange
Scrolls
men in
style where
black
they read all
noticed
the
that he
lines
was
in
watching them.
alphabetical
You mean
order.
they came back?
Oh,
I
fuck.
don't know. At the moment, I have no idea what is actually happening here.
Well, this is something we have in common.
No contractions are allowed in our script. I think
It's
Nina's...
so clear to me.
What?
It's so clear to me that this was localized by a German into English.
Yeah. I think Nina's voice actress gets a little more credit just because she inserts contractions sometimes. Even when the subs definitely have two separate words, like she can't prevent herself from just saying it like a normal human sometimes.
I found this piece of paper amongst my father's records. Does it tell you anything?
LA 60 AK19 AL? That sounds like one of our exhibits. What about it?
No idea. I was hoping...
I know them by
that you
name.
could tell me that.
Why, that's one of ours.
Spontaneously, but I can go and get the item.
It just has it in a drawer.
The note with the description of the diadem is missing, but you just had it in your hand. Well, I don't know any more about it either.
Thanks a lot. Can I take my time to have a look at
This
it?
priceless
Was that
artifact.
Please don't
sarcastic?
forget to put it back later, otherwise your father will tear my head off.
If
Thanks a
he still
lot.
can.
Hey, stop thinking like that. We'll find him, I promise.
Yes, hopefully. There must be an important reason
Indeed.
why Daddy kept a piece of paper with the description of the diadem at home.
Papa.
But what? And what is that about the true princess? He used to call me
Oh
that
my
sometimes.
God.
Is it a message to me that I should be able to understand somehow? Think, Nina. Think quickly.
Is this like how in Amazing Spider-Man only he could become Spider-Man because his parents programmed it with his DNA?
Yeah.
Where it's just like some normal, completely standard scientific discovery is just like for some reason made into a bloodline thing.
I like that earlier they had a localized crack about, like, she tries to do something and she's like, as some of my colleagues would say, nope, no way, can't do that. Or something, or it's like an adventure game joke, and then proceeds to have, like, the most stilted, weird dialogue, and, like her catchphrase is "Think, Nina, think." I don't even know if that's her actual catchphrase, but she does say it a lot in this game.
Does the name Oleg Kambursky say anything to you?
Kambursky? Oleg Kambursky?
Oleg Kambursky?
No, nothing.
No,
Should
yeah,
it?
never heard of it.
Unfortunately, I don't exactly know that either.
That was good delivery too.
The things out of the archive about Tunguska.
Kambursky?
Yes, I'll get going now. But it could take a while until I've sorted through the records.
No problem. I'll wait here.
Don't worry about it. I'll wait.
Oh, cool. I forgot I set the stream title to wow, a secret. Liz and Pat recover, and then it says TJ, and I forgot that I was typing. So that's the stream title.
Oh, wow.
What do you think we recovered?
I don't know.
It's wow, period. A secret, period. Liz and Pat recovered. The boss diadem of the true princess? 2 question marks. How do I even update that? I don't know how I update it.
You go to your dashboard and you click edit.
Update information.
Yeah.
Gee whiz. It's fun to learn with Liz and Pat.
Let's see what we find here.
Alright, we just wait. Okay, what? Wait. She opened the biohazard refrigerator and immediately started rooting around and took out a bag of cement and a bottle with a skull and crossbones on it. That is full of acid.
It's yeah.
Over the stone. The acid
Why?
is doing its work admirably.
Hey.
The stone is beginning to corrode. I'll have to
The
take
fuck?
it out of the acid at the right moment.
She's
Otherwise,
just
the inclusion will go the same
none
way
of this
as
is
the rest of the
biohazard
stone.
either. Like, it's just, man. She is a criminal though, huh?
That thing doesn't fit in there properly. It keeps falling out.
Alright, so we need some glue or something.
I don't believe for a moment that a yellow glass shard will...
Okay. So we have the... Okay, so we have blue. We have blue, yellow, and purple, and we need to...
I've laid both lenses
Okay,
over
now we
each
have
other.
green.
They now have a green shimmer.
This is... I feel like I've given myself brain damage that's like, oh yeah, we have blue sunglasses and a yellow piece of glass, and...
That thing doesn't fit in there.
Okay. Okay. This is fine. Everything's fine. We've got a bowl full of goop, but I don't think that's the kind of goop we need. I think we need super glue or something. I'm gonna cheat.
Looks kind of threatening. That red eye on the totem seems to be
Red
following
eye?
me everywhere I go. I don't even believe in magic
Gimme.
and all that stuff, but I find it creepy anyway.
Let me deface this
If I
artifact too.
swipe things from Max's office, he certainly won't keep helping me, but I'd like to get rid of this eye.
Can I... Okay. Can I jam this in there? Okay, sick.
So the spoke has now broken off. That eye now can no longer look at me in that evil way.
Are you
I
seeing
can
what she's
only hope
doing?
that Max doesn't notice.
No.
She's using a bicycle spoke to pry gems out of a totem in Max's office, because she doesn't like
Because you're an adventure game character.
Well, that too, but the stated reason is that it pisses her off. And she's like, I hope he doesn't notice. I hope he keeps helping me.
It's already been...
Okay, alright. So now we just need stickum. I guess we could use cement. Maybe Germans have a different understanding of what cement is. Oh, okay. Alright.
My guess is that it's not cement, it's quicklime.
Well, no, we need stickum. We need stickum to build the magical diadem. Remember?
No.
It's very simple. You wrote notes on it.
Oh, fuck. Dude, I do have notes. Hold on.
But I need water for... I think I need to go... I think in order for me to get water for this cement, I think I'm going to have to drive literally across town and go to the garden hose behind Oleg's house to get water. And if that's the case,
There's
I'm
no
gonna be mad.
bathrooms.
Everything's probably fine in here, right? Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I do have some notes here. LA60 AK19 AL Emerald Amethyst Ruby in that order.
Radiator vent.
You can use the valve as needed. If I turn the valve now...
Radiator vent. Why would I need a radiator vent? Oh.
Oops.
Okay.
Maybe I shouldn't have opened the valve that far. A load of water has come out.
Okay. I just splorted a bunch of water into the bowl of cement from the radiator. It clearly, this 2 pixel high... I'm going to hit the cheat button on every screen from now on, because now I'm getting mad. Because that was the solution, is that I needed to put this on there. Maybe there's multiple water sources. I think I remember there being, like, multiple item solutions to puzzles.
I hope I know what I'm doing. That diadem has now been robbed of any beauty it once had.
Okay. This is, like, a museum artifact. And
Okay,
she is just
so-
gluing crap to it.
Emerald, amethyst, ruby.
Okay.
I hope
Emerald.
that thing is in the right position. As soon as the putty has dried, I'll only be able to get it off with brute force.
We're assuming that it is even possible to put these together in the wrong order.
Yes,
Amethyst.
that should hold. Great! It fits!
This is so ugly.
I don't think that I can get closer.
Okay.
There's a number on this note. Originally, the 3 largest
Okay.
gemstones in the world had been incorporated in... My father wrote something on the back.
The diadem will
Diadem
illuminate the real
the
princess.
and she will realize that money is not the greatest...
Money is not the greatest treasure. Okay. The diadem will illuminate the real princess. If I say
That
those
sounds
words to you,
judgmental.
what does that mean to you?
That sounds like something in the museum is going to light up.
Should I stand under this moonlight?
I don't think that I can get...
Nope.
My
Okay.
replacement jewels are...
Okay. I think, yeah. I guess we do have to put it on something.
My replacement jewel...
Okay.
I don't think...
If it's gonna be like context sensitive and it's like a certain place where she has to wear it, then
Oh god. Okay, there's also a possibility we won't need this until the end of the
I
game.
don't think that I...
I think they are pretty good about wiping your items between like major transitions. Here, this is another adventure game thing where it's like this is a like 1,000-year-old ancient artifact with like untold significance, and we just slap some glue on it, and it's the solution to a puzzle
I
for
think
5
I
minutes.
still
in the
have
game.
more to do here. My replacement...
All right,
I don't think...
she can't get closer to illumination by wearing it. We've cleaned out our inventory.
King of the Dinosaur. Hard to believe that...
Put it on the Triceratops. Okay, I'm gonna read it one more
There's a
time.
number on this note. Originally, the 3 largest gemstones in the world had been incorporated into this diadem.
The largest
on
gemstones in the
left,
world.
And
Okay.
my father wrote something on the back. The diadem will illuminate the real princess, and she will realize that money is not the greatest treasure.
Money is not the greatest treasure. That sounds like
The
it could be
fifth
like
element is love.
go to his apartment,
Go
or
to
his-
the kitchen.
like the ransacked room with like books and stuff everywhere. It
Mhm.
had like, is there a book in there or something?
Like for like knowledge.
All these files...
Hmm.
Telephone.
Maybe it was.
Phone in
I
the
think it was
office.
maybe her
No,
place.
I'm not...
Well, I can't leave, so it has to be something here.
Oh.
Okay.
My father was
Desk. All right. Anything over here?
a picture of my parents' wedding.
Please just.
I don't think that I.
Please put the crown on, Nina.
What do the numbers mean? On
There's a number on this note.
LA 60 AK 19
AL. Under that.
Like that sounds like a maybe some kind of weird library sorting system. That was my thought.
Yeah, I mean,
3 largest gemstones in the world
I'd
had been
forgotten about
incorporated
that.
into
I
this
thought it was
diadem.
just like the number, because
On the
Max
left,
is looking
an
it up by
emerald.
the number.
On the
right
right,
now.
a ruby. And my father wrote something on the back. My father.
Okay.
Okay. Are the items that you have right now everything you have? It's not scrolling?
Correct, yes.
Okay. Pencil, note. All those seem like pretty like basic. Just this is your inventory items.
Mm-hmm.
There's a original.
Go. Oh, spectrometer.
Okay, yeah.
Machine.
Yeah, put
No,
do the
please.
dials.
I haven't the.
Nina, please. Just use the machine. Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
They must have taken the real name.
Okay.
A list of local people.
A radiator.
It burbles.
It burbles quietly.
It burbles.
It burbles. It burbles.
It burbles quietly.
We already got the plant. It's gotta be in here then, right? Yeah, like, okay, this is an adventure game, so clearly there's gonna be like a shaft of moonlight, and then we have to like place the diadem in it. So there's a big central room here. But there's no interactable on it. So maybe downstairs. One more time the fuse
fuses
box.
are all numbered.
I already used the fuse box to interrupt his music. Okay. This is... Oh, God.
It brings a little...
Alright, there's a lamp. There's a... Hey, Liz, there's a lamp.
I remember this lamp.
You remember the lamp?
Wow.
Anytime we click on a thing and we're like, wow, that's stupid that this is in there, it's definitely going to be part of a puzzle later.
Yeah, we really gotta stop making jokes about it.
Why did he set up this puzzle that relied
seems to have marked one of
on
the
having
rooms
the
with
3
invisible
largest
ink, and it has
gemstones in the
just
world
been revealed
inserted
by the
into
colored
the...
light beam.
Did he
I
take
have no
the
idea where
gemstones?
this room 8 is located exactly because there's no map key. Although it seems to be one of the rooms that are being renovated.
Alright. 8.
Okay.
Or maybe it's an infinity.
Wow, not bad. I only
sort
go
of
away
just
for a few
on
minutes
the
and you transform
really
the
high
museum
floor.
into a light show.
Oh, I'm sorry, but
That's okay. But what did
Oh,
you...
that's fine.
Did you steal all this from my
I don't
office?
exactly know either.
These are
But if
museum
this
exhibits.
riddle
Oh, he got some arts and crafts going.
extremely good reason for the whole
Are those the
Have you found
3
anything
largest
out yet?
gemstones in the
I'm
world?
still working on it. And you?
Yeah, don't
Is
worry
there
about it.
anything new on the subject of Tungtwoska?
Not a lot. Here, I found these 2 articles.
I googled them.
Ding.
Printed them out for you.
The light beam has changed the color of the escape plan on the wall.
New recording session.
A room with the number 8 seems to be highlighted. Is that one of the rooms that is currently being renovated?
Yes, and
Is
they've
that one
been
of the rooms
renovating it
that is
for
currently
ages.
being renovated?
The complete substance of this house is unfortunately no longer the best, and the workers are having a lot of problems completing the job.
This
Was there
house?
anything special in that room?
Hey, yeah, he said house.
Really. All of the exhibits from that room are currently stored in
Those
my
crazy
office.
Germans.
Are you looking for something specific?
If
This-
only I knew.
We can go straight to my
I
office.
wonder
Maybe
who
you'll
did
find
the
something there to help
localization.
you out.
Who can we blame?
Germany.
Come on into my office and we'll have a look at the
In
Just
one
as
of
a
these
whole?
games, you get to hang out on a
Have a
cruise
look
ship.
around. All these things are out of the room
Oh,
that's being renovated.
luxurious.
And in one of the games, you get to hang out in a haunted castle.
How many of these games are there?
3, I think. I don't remember if there's any spin-offs, but it's man. Check out the dumper on that guy. Oh, it's a shield. Okay, it's not a mask. It's just a hideous,
A pygmy
ugly
warrior's
shield.
shield from the year 1687 or 1688 in the region of Asia, or something like that.
She made that up. She's making a mockery.
If I remember correctly from the documentation on the Incas that I have seen recently, these kinds of masks were worn during ritual sacrifices. It looks ancient. Although I saw one like these in some Swedish furniture store only last week.
They
I think
vaguely
this one,
try to make
however,
her some
is ancient.
kind of like Lara Croft-esque character, but they also like, I guess intentionally just make her not really give a shit about any of it. In a way that's fun.
I think that must be some sort of calendar, but how to read it is what I don't know.
Wow, Nina. Hey guys, she really loves shopping and shoes, am I right?
A vase from the Ming Dynasty. I broke one like this when I was a kid.
Jesus Christ.
That could be an antique. Unfortunately, that's about all I can say about it.
Are you done examining my artifacts?
No.
Can we leave? Oh, cool. I guess none of that was necessary. Time to proceed along the critical path. Can I leave the museum? Hell yeah. We're out of here. Let's go home.
I think I still have more to do here.
Crap. She slept like 12 hours like through the entire daylight so that she could hang out with Max for half an hour.
This is the things you do for love.
Yeah. And by hang out, I mean like stand in his office while he prints out Google search results for Tunguska.
He gave me a whole map quest.
He said I could be the navigator.
The diagram is about how, when I look at the description.
Okay, yeah, meteors. She's learning. Oh, I can double click. I forgot. That would have made things faster.
I think this is.
There's the samples. She's. Yep. Okay. I don't think this. I think I do have to just like look at all this crap. Is there more crap for me to look at? Hello, Max. Max. Nope. Alright. Okay.
Can we leave now, or are we still here?
We have, this is called a relief disc, and we have a pencil, so there's a piece of paper somewhere, and we're gonna have to
don't
pick
you
it
have
up.
a note?
I have,
like-
I mean, I have an address book, and
Oh,
a
yeah, that's
label,
different.
but I guess I can try these out. I mean, logically, there should be a lot of blank paper in there, but we need the special. We need that special paper.
You got to get tracing paper.
Yeah.
All these files and.
Okay. Can I take any of this paper? Please.
The map shows us.
Please, can I have some of this paper? Pretty please.
An award from the. A picture of.
I mean, maybe it's a red herring. But,
Besides, my father was.
desk. Okay. All right. Let me just make absolutely sure I can't use the pencil on it without anything else. Can't use the pencil on it. Can't use that on it. Can't use the pencil on the address book. Can I take a picture of it with my cell phone? Because we've established that it's a camera phone, but I guess that's beyond her.
It needs to be a rubbing, otherwise it's not accurate.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming that's what we need to do. Because there's no way that's not what we need to do. These are paper. These nameplate papers. Take those.
They must have taken the real. A list of local.
Nope. These papers are.
Oh, we got a bot.
We got a bot.
Hey, we got a bot in chat. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Want to become famous by followers? I'm trying to properly replicate it.
Thank you. Are you modded? Do I need to do that? Is this continuing to replicate? Is this continuing to replicate? Alright, I'm doing the classic Tazon Day bit where I echo my audio over and over again. It's a great comedic effect. Okay, paper. I want paper. Take the map.
Somebody seems to have marked one.
Can I do this? Oh, cool. I can delete it from there. All right.
Am I modded though?
Let me see if I can do that from here. Can I? I can add you as a friend. I'm gonna do that. We're gonna be friends.
More friends.
All right. I will go to the actual page and actually do it. Probably a good idea. Users in chat. Puppy Venom. Mod Puppy Venom. Okay, now you're modded.
Mod view. Oh, it's like a whole page now.
So your first task as mod is to tell me what the hell I'm doing, because I know I need a rubbing. I know that's definitely what I need to do.
It's an adventure game, of course it is.
Do you still have that walkthrough available?
Do I? I don't actually know. I have the Discord thing pinned, so I'm working with like half a screen here.
Okay.
Okay, there it is. Where we were.
Well,
okay, no.
We're in Max's office. He's rooting around in a box, so we need to destroy more of his priceless artifacts.
Okay.
Okay.
Coin puzzle.
Coin. Oh yeah. Coin puzzle. I remember that.
That's.
But we need another coin though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to take it along. I don't want. Looks like.
check the relief disc, take the coin on the disc.
Oh, okay. So, all right. I was distracted. They called it a relief disc, and it distracted me. It made me think I needed. It made me think that any of this was important at all, when clearly it was
That
this.
thing has obviously just been set in there. It doesn't belong to the relief disc.
Okay, that's cool, Nina.
I think that
That's,
It doesn't belong to the relief disc.
I'm
The
taking
fucking
it.
wording.
It's mine. It belongs to Daddy. Putting it back in his office. And then doing this puzzle.
the coin seems to complete the set.
Okay.
The note says, and the prince said to the princess,
Horizontal,
either vertical,
vertical,
horizontal,
and main diagonals.
or in both.
Never a repeat within a line. Okay.
I'm gonna just leave you this one.
Okay. Thank you. Alright. This is going to be thrilling.
I saw the solution for half a second, which means that I now already know the answer, so...
Alright. There's that. And we've got repeat there. So this should be with this. So now we've got a repeat here. We'll just do that. And now I got a repeat here. Oh. So do that. That. And that. And then that. And then the what's oh yeah, okay. Do that. That. This puzzle sucks ass.
You almost got it?
Okay, I got a repeat there, no repeat there. None.
And remember to have one of each in each row.
Yeah.
That's where you're messing up right now.
To have one of each in each.
It's on the right side.
Oh, okay. But I have a repeat and a diagonal as well.
Yeah, you do.
And then there should be a clean way to do this. That's okay. Let's just take it slow. So if we have
Take it easy.
diagonals like that, then we can't. Okay. So we can't do that either. Oh god. This isn't fun at all. Like if there's any kind of like intermediate reward to the puzzle, it would be like I like puzzles, but it's not okay. All right. I'm gonna think about it. For a second. 'Cause if
I can cheat you through it if you really just want to get done with it.
I can't have anything on the die, so I have this.
Start there.
Here. And so then I can have that there, and then I can have that there. Okay, this is all allowed. These things are allowed. This
The
is
diagonals are.
allowed. No, it's only main diagonals that are forbidden.
Yeah, the two main ones are still fucked up right now.
Yeah. I'm doing the gold ones and the silver ones, or the big silver ones, are okay right now.
Okay, I see.
So now I need to. Okay, everything's symmetrical. I love it, but it does not work. So this can go here, but it can't. And no, this isn't going to work at all if I try to make it symmetrical. Yeah, just cheat me through it. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care anymore. I would do this if it was me just on my own, but...
Okay. So, let's start with... Okay, let's just... Top row, we'll leave that as is. Actually, no, let's just do this to make it fast. Swap the gold with the smallest.
What? In the top row?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the silver with the smallest.
In the second row?
Yep, at the top row.
Okay.
Okay, now what you want to do is... I'm just going to read it off now. Silver, smallest, gold, reddish.
Yep.
Gold, reddish, silver, smallest.
Mm-hmm.
And then smallest, silver, red, gold.
Wow. It's amazing.
That opened up a trap door.
It didn't make me want to
It appears to
jump
be
out a
some
window at
kind
all.
of secret compartment. What could my father need one for? Documents.
Hey, I feel like finding out there's a secret compartment and being surprised by that should come before finding out your dad's apartment has been ransacked and he's been kidnapped.
Where does
Like-
it fit in with
Apparently after
finding
the
out that your
1958
dad
expedition,
stole
someone in
a
the highest
diadem
position
and
tried
used
to
to-
keep the results secret.
to
It has
encode
to
a
do with
secret
some
room
strange
puzzle?
plant growth. Dad
I mean,
wanted to continue
listen,
his research.
He's an archaeologist. This is just kind of what they do.
Then apparently he did travel to the region again himself, only in the company of a certain Manuel Perez and a local guide. That was in
They're
1977.
bros.
If I understand this correctly, a lot went
those
wrong on this
bros.
expedition. Something awful happened to Perez.
Just dudes.
And both of them were arrested. My father has not been able to find out what exactly happened to him that night, and Perez disappeared without a trace from that time forward. Daddy writes later that here at the latest, he should have realized that human life is always more important than research.
Okay.
What does he mean? Maybe I should ask Max. He'd be able to help me with all the formulae and explain the scientific expressions. And
Max
this is
is
a
so
letter
smart.
from some society in Ireland. But these are just empty pages? I definitely need help. Maybe
There's
Max
coffee
knows something
stains on
about
every
it all.
single page.
Sorry, I still don't have
He just
anything.
kind of
But I...
went at it
That
one
is
day.
connected with my
He thought
father's
it'd look
disappearance.
antique.
I don't yet know.
He was
But I have
scrapbooking with
found
his
some
like
of his records.
secret society murder
They
records.
describe a secret expedition and some very strange events, and
Hey, slow down. I can't follow you that quickly.
the
Speaking
best
so
thing
slowly.
to do would be to come with me to my father's
I
office.
can't understand you.
You're
when
talking
in
a
the
mile
shower.
a minute.
Then we should perhaps have a look at his filing cabinet.
Okay, let's go.
I told you that I didn't want to see you here again.
Oh my god.
Believe me, it really would have been better if you had kept out of it. Now I have no other choice but to... Ah!
What? What?
Are you okay?
Did he
Yes, I
karate
think
chop
so.
him or did he shoot
I
him?
think so.
Mess anyway.
I think he just bopped him.
Shoot us?
That wasn't loud enough.
Probably doesn't have his weapon trained on you just for the fun of it. We should get away from here before this guy wakes up.
Oh, okay. I love it when they
sorry that I
snap
was
into
so
the like
unfriendly when we first met.
real animations.
For some time now, I've had the feeling that I'm being pursued, and my nerves are shot right now. Of course I know your father. To be precise, I have known him for a very long time. And
That's
I know
not
him
precise.
Very well. I was with him on one of his expeditions.
That's
back
not
then.
precise at
We
all.
were in the Tungtwoska region back then, together with the Cuban Manuel Perez. And
Oh, this is so German.
whose name I can't recall at the moment, and some assistants. I don't want to get into details regarding the events of the past, but for some reason, someone appears to be very interested right now. I have the feeling that not only your father,
Max
but
is just
I as
staring
well
into
am
the
in
middle
danger,
distance, like,
and possibly all members of that
completely
past
vacant.
expedition still living. Of course, I can't prove it, but if I'm not mistaken, the Russian Secret Service, FSB, could be behind it. They already tried back then to prevent us, and your father in particular, from
just like Metal
undertaking
Gear.
further expeditions. You know about your mother?
My mother? Why? What did she
killed
have
in
to
a
do with
traffic
anything?
accident.
You know that she died in an accident?
Yes, but
It is rather questionable whether...
But it wasn't a traffic accident.
You were in the car as well. I was driving behind you when the car suddenly crashed through a bridge railing and plunged into a river. I was barely able to get you out of there. But when I tried to save your mother, 2 of my fingers were torn off. Therefore,
Daddy never told me anything about that.
I'm certain he tried not to burden you with that as well. The 2 of us have already reproached ourselves enough. But enough about the
Oleg
past. Now we have to
Kambersky.
find your father again. Due to the events of the last few
I'm
days,
Russian.
I activated a few of my contacts.
You can tell.
One of them
Yeah.
is Sergei, who is moving in circles which, well, I'd rather not be found anywhere near them. But he knows just about everything that no one is actually supposed
Can we
to
borrow
know.
your plane, Oleg?
According to his information, a research station was built in the Tungtwoska
Please.
region decades ago, and now another transport is planned to go there. Supposedly, not all the scientists who are to be transported there are participating voluntarily. This research trip and the disappearance of your dad a few days before its start could
dad.
very well be linked.
Does that mean my
Daddy.
father was kidnapped and is now sitting on a train to Siberia? What do they want from him?
Even if, officially, he hasn't been active in research for years, he is still an expert in his field.
Which is what?
I am sure that Sergei could help
What
us.
is his field?
I have to go to Moscow?
I have an airplane. We could be there in a few hours.
I figured this would be coming because we only had 1 item left, and when you only have 1 item
That
left,
is really on that train.
Well, I told you,
We
they
have
wipe
no
your
time
items
to
pretty
lose.
well
As
between
soon as he reaches the Tunguska
transitions, I
region,
think.
we'll barely be able to get him out
Are
again.
you ready for a
The area
world map
around
with
the
a dotted
station
line
is too
getting drawn
heavily
over it with a
guarded.
picture
What
of
do
an airplane
you
moving
mean?
across?
I don't know. But maybe it is the
oh
only
fuck,
chance.
for real?
So
I hope
let's go.
so.
It would be
For
good
me?
if someone stayed behind, in case Vladimir does get in touch
It's a
after
very
all.
special occasion.
But
Nina, we should go if we want another chance to get
Last
there
time I
before
saw
the
one of
train
those, I
leaves.
was watching Pup
I
Star World
suppose
Tour.
I could have another look at your father. But I don't have a good feeling.
Great. Then let's go.
Take good care of yourself, okay?
I'll do my very best.
There's
I
some
wish I
unfortunate
could.
stereotyping
Yes,
that
me too.
takes place in Pup Star World Tour.
Good luck.
I don't know what that is.
Well, there's a series of talking dog properties, I think connected to the Airbud-verse.
I guess so. Airbud, Airbuddies.
And the Pup Stars are pop stars, but they're dogs. And Pup Star World Tour is a movie in which the Pup Stars go on a world tour and pick
Right.
up new pup stars from different countries like Jamaica,
Yes, I'm happy to
and-
see you too.
Scotland,
no.
Help me in the search for my father.
Racist dogs.
and India.
Some say Sergei can do everything.
Oh, I don't like that.
No, but he's a
Let's
slum
just
dog.
stick with Sergei can do
Of,
almost
of course.
Yeah.
Yes, modesty honors you.
This doesn't feel unfortunate, this just feels inevitable.
Sure,
Yeah.
but Sergei needs all the information again firsthand. And looking at your mouth and your moving lips,
Are you going to help me or just gawk?
how does the saying go?
What?
I am a
One
horny
hand washes
Russian.
the other.
You can tell.
Was that Was that supposed to be him being sleazy?
I
Yeah.
only wanted to meet him in the
Because that
museum
just
where
made
he
him
worked.
sound like an alien.
And as
I want to
arrived-
look at the way your
Yeah,
teeth
yeah.
and tongue interact
Sergey
when you
knows that.
pronounce
Then what
words.
do you want to know?
What did your father do in the last
So
few
that I can
weeks?
emulate it.
What was he working on? Who
Is
was
this
he
what you
working
use
for?
to eat?
Quite honestly, I have no idea.
Tell me, where do
I
you
have never
acquire
really spoken
nutrients?
to my father to any extent about his work. He tends to hold hour-long lectures about scientific things, and after a few minutes, I tend to fall half asleep. Then at some time, we would meet to leave the
Scientific
subject of
things.
work out of our
Which
conversations.
fucking
Not
science?
good. Really not good.
Yes, I know, but it doesn't matter now anyway. But
Welcome
again,
to the
I
cash
really
cab.
don't know what it was, or for who he has been working for recently. Besides his work for the museum, he still held lectures and prepared reports. But I can't be any more exact than that. All I know is that in the last few days, he seemed a bit unconcentrated, as if he was especially concerned with something. But what that was?
That gets us nowhere. A couple of birdies told me in the last few days that another train is leaving for
Figure
the
out whatever this audio
Tungtwoska region
buffering thing
today.
is that makes it click every once in a
It
while.
has to
like-
do with some kind of scientific experiments. What kind exactly, I don't know. But it's not important now.
Experiments.
You old friends have been
Yeah.
reactivated.
Old friends? Reactivated?
Scientists
Welcome
and
to
people who
Moscow.
know the area who were in the Tungtwoska region in the past, they were...
This
well,
is the part in every
asked
Fast and
to
Furious where they go to a car race and somebody says, "Hey, welcome to whatever country they're in that movie."
Oh, I
Welcome
understand.
to Tokyo Drift.
Good. Be that as it may, your father may be with them.
God, I fucking love
If he
Tokyo
doesn't
Drift.
do anything
I've only seen the
stupid,
first
he won't have any
Fast and Furious
problems
movie so far.
normally.
But how are we going
The
to
first
get him
is
out?
We aren't trying to
fantastic.
get him out at all.
Second is just
But as I've
the
already
worst.
said,
I saw
Sergey
the
can do
lady,
almost everything. And
Mia Toretto.
old
Is that the
acquaintance
character's name?
standing at the side
Probably.
entrance of the train
I
station.
saw her
He'll
in a
take you
movie
and give you a pass in a
directed
uniform.
by the
As soon as you're
ShamWow
on
guy,
board
and
the
it was
train,
the
you
worst
should be
movie
able
I've
to
ever
find
seen.
enough
Oh,
time
no,
to
not
look
that.
around. The guards
Oh, no,
are
why'd you
already
watch that?
drinking and playing cards during
You
the
might not
trip.
be thinking of the right one
And
because
by
he's
the way,
directed multiple
you're traveling
movies.
under the name Nina
Wait, what?
Cordova.
The ShamWow guy, he's directed 2 movies at least.
What? Why? Who gives him money?
Eliminate
I guess
all
he
the
does.
guards and free my father.
He hasn't made me
Alone?
lately.
Great plan. Just great.
It
When
was.
you find him,
I'm
then
not
we'll see
joking.
how
It
you'll
was the
get
worst
your
movie.
father out.
That's.
Not to
You
worry.
say this line.
Sergey would never leave such a sweet ass hanging.
All right,
Okay,
thank you.
that's a relief then. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit nervous
Just
about
wanted
my
to hear him say
father.
that.
I really am happy that you could help me. Thank you.
That's okay, little
Ass
one.
hanging.
They don't call Sergey the good soul of Moscow for nothing. And don't forget, even if you get information that you don't know what to do with, Sergey can certainly figure it out.
Okay, I'll see what I can find out.
This feels like a. Sounds like a Home Movies character, like a
Nice
voice that
weather
like
we're
Brendan
having.
Small is doing on Home Movies.
Yeah. It's much too nice to sit around out here. Comrade Yushin is taking your shift now. Isn't that nice of him? What? Why?
Come with me. Let's chat a bit.
So I think that was our contact.
It doesn't seem to be my lucky day
Okay,
today.
you are
Is that
thinking of
coincidence, or
Letty,
did they find
and
out that
she
Sergey
was
bribed one of
in.
the guards? In any case, I now have a huge
Yeah, she was
Sergey
in.
has gone. My cell phone has no signal here, and I have to get onto the train fast. Nina,
Inappropriate comedy?
I need
Yeah,
an idea.
inappropriate comedy. Adrian Brody was also in that, which seems embarrassing for him.
Lindsay Lohan, Rob Schneider, I kind of understand their careers have not been kind to them in Hollywood.
No.
Kind of chewed them up and spit them out. Adrian Brody was in like a hit
Yeah, but
blockbuster
okay, but
in like 2018.
but Lindsay Lohan is in the movie. Do you want to know what that entails?
Oh, it's like definitely a cameo of her getting hit with something.
It's a cameo for something else that he shot earlier. Like it wasn't something that they shot for the movie, and it's just like it's literally like over the credits sequence. She like walks over a super grate and it does the Marilyn Monroe like dress blowing up bit, and a guy looks up at her and is like he looks at up her dress, and that's it. And then that's her cameo in the movie, is literally the opening credits.
In terms of respect paid to her, that's about the same as throwing a pie in her face.
But you don't, I can't express, because like by virtue of me saying it out loud in a sentence, it makes it more coherent than it is in the movie, because the framing device of the movie, if there is one, is that the ShamWow guy is opening apps on an iPad, and each of the apps is a sketch that then plays as the movie. So it's like the movie is just a bunch of unrelated sketches that the guy in the sewers is like pressing buttons to play. But it's not ever it's not really explained well, and like it doesn't come up that much. It's just at the beginning and end, and it's like there's no dialogue over that, and it's very like weird and confusing, and nothing has anything to do with each other, and there's not that many different, there's not enough different like apps, I guess, within the parlance of the movie. There's only like 5 different skits, and they keep cutting back and forth between them, and they're terrible, and they're racist, like deeply racist.
Oh no, I would expect nothing else from the ShamWow guy.
Like deeply and explicitly. Like one of them is a parody of Jackass, but it's Blackass, and that's the joke, and that's like the entire bit, and that's the tone for the entire movie. It's disheartening. Adrian Brody's bit is that he's a guy that he's like. It's the name is a pun on Dirty Harry. I don't remember what the pun is, but it's a pun on Dirty Harry. And Adrian Brody is an action guy with a gun, but he says really gay things, like he's there's double entendre.
That completely also fits in with what I know about Adrian Brody.
And he does that over and over again for an extremely long time, and any amount of time would be uncomfortable. But it's deeply unpleasant. This is something that I saw the name of this movie, and then I saw who directed it, and I saw the fact that it had multiple real celebrities in it, and I was like, hey, Joey, do you want to watch this with me? Nobody would watch it with me. I watched it on my own. I got a little bit drunk. I felt like I was out of my mind. It was a deeply unpleasant night. Nobody should ever watch that movie, and nobody should ever watch that movie under the influence, because it felt like it was gonna make me dissociate. Like that man should never be allowed to. This was his second movie. This was like leftover crap from his first movie.
His first movie was a decade before, so it was things that he thought of but couldn't film with that budget.
Yes, and just like whatever like crap that had like built up because he thought he could be a successful like he was selling slap shops and or ShamWows or whatever like
doesn't move
to fund his sketch comedy career. Like he was selling
and cocaine habit.
Well, yeah, that too, and soliciting ladies of a certain profession who would bite his tongue out or whatever. Wasn't that a thing, like notoriously?
Probably. I don't remember, but probably.
Over the job of Sergei's contact man, extremely well trained.
I'm going to just. I know nothing about what's actually in this movie content-wise.
Let's see if some charming words will get
but everyone that's in it makes complete sense because Adrian Brody and Michelle Rodriguez have basically no standards.
Can I enjoy your company for a while?
They will take literally anything you offer them, and generally like edgy comedy.
The bit with the Fast and Furious lady and the Rob Schneider character is that they're like Siskel and Ebert, like movie. It's not Siskel and Ebert, but they're movie reviewers and they're watching a movie. So this is like 3 layers deep. it's an app in the framing device, but they're movie reviewers and they're watching a movie, and the movie is the bit. And
yeah, that of course, because yeah, self-referential shit is also always in these movies. Is there a bit about an Indian taxi driver or a 7-Eleven owner?
No, I think it's no. I don't think so. I wouldn't swear to it. But
that is honestly really surprising.
I didn't finish describing the bit, which was that they review porn movies, and the one movie that they like, I guess the bit theoretically would be that they would like review different comedic movies, but there's only one in the actual movie entitled Sushi Mama, if I remember correctly. Most of what I remember is somebody speaking fake Japanese and yelling a lot. And then like that's a bit within a bit, and then they go back to the movie reviewers, and one of the movie reviewers just like masturbates a lot, and that's the joke.
That's a good joke.
And then they show bloopers over the credits. I can't share this
porn
pain with
bloopers, or
no,
like...
over the real movie, the actual movie.
Okay.
Like we're backing out a couple layers now. Over the end of the actual movie, they show bloopers, and like Rob Schneider and the Fast and Furious lady were having a grand old time.
Because personally, I am a strong proponent that all porn should have bloopers.
Maybe you should watch this movie at some point, because then you would know that it's bad. And nobody else would watch it with me. Even Joey, and Joey's watched some real stinkers with me.
I'd like to say, I would have watched it if you asked. I wouldn't.
No, nobody did.
I wouldn't
did
have.
ask. I did ask several people, and they said no.
Yeah, I'd probably definitely have said no.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, we're in Soviet Russia, and this is a Siberian prison, and we're about to die.
Yeah, we had a guard that was bribed, but I guess the authorities figured it out and hauled him off, and he was replaced with this guard who is a professional, and if I remember correctly, has a funny voice. So let's see.
Can I borrow your newspaper for a few minutes?
What? No way. The nurse is finally about to turn the doctor around.
This is a Russian guard.
Tell me you've never heard of the Siberian Saga.
No, I have to pass on that. What is it?
The soap opera in the Moscow News. A fascinating love story.
I'm Russian.
For the last 3 weeks, they have been
I'm
publishing
so
a new chapter
Russian.
every other day.
You can tell by my accent.
Yeah, great. That's enough.
Oh, she did a contraction.
Are you almost finished with it?
No, not for a while yet. I'm reading it slowly on purpose to prolong the excitement. Of course I have the newspaper at home as well, but there's not much going on here, so I can
Hey,
read
what's up with
without
these
being
fucking Russian
disturbed.
guys? I don't like them.
Anxious to see if the head
How long
nurse
does
is
it take you to read a newspaper?
No, stop it.
They all talk like they're aliens working out human stuff.
She's like, this guard looks highly trained, and like, but we just go up to him and start talking about soap operas.
You were
like,
guarding the side entrance.
he seems
here.
pretty chill with the
Is there any
civilian
special
being
reason
here.
for it?
Yeah, no one's supposed
It's
to
just
go.
kind of a little bit makes me
Talk
think
about
of
stating the obvious. I'm flirting with you, stupid. Oh,
Are you?
And because of that, they have installed
you
a
flirting with
strong,
him?
muscular man like you.
Has
here.
she been?
What? You mean me?
Yeah, right. I'm sure they spent a long time thinking about who they could give such an important task to. And they came to the conclusion that only you could fulfill the job. Well-trained and radiating power and strength.
Yes, you're probably right. I've only been with the troops for 3 years,
Yes.
but I've already achieved a lot.
Of course, I, as a mere woman,
I don't
feel
wanna
much better when
be
I know that
pessimistic
real
here,
men
but we
like you
do
are
have
defending
something
our land.
that's
What is
shaped like
so
a
important
slingshot
about
in
the
our
station
inventory,
that
so-
you have been chosen to guard the side entrance?
Well, this guy had a good run.
Yeah.
It's top secret. But I guess it has to do with some Secret Service thing. There are masses of conspicuously inconspicuous people running around. You're not from the FSB, are you?
Me? No, of course not.
Phew.
Why'd she sound so panicked? I don't even know what that is.
It's the Russian intelligence service. Weren't you
Uh,
listening earlier?
Sure.
No.
Yeah.
Damn. I almost had him in my hands.
Almost.
Your colleague. Where did they take him? Is he coming back soon?
I'm afraid not. The two guys that took the poor guy are from the FSB, I think.
Oh, why did they take him?
No idea. But it's better not to ask questions. The wrong one at the wrong time, and it could be your
This guy's
last
a good
question.
soldier.
As soon as they have you in their grip, it's not easy to get out again. If you get out at all.
Alright, sounds good.
Thanks a lot for the
You
information.
got any,
My pleasure. See you soon.
rubber bands or, like, surgical tubing around here? 'Cause,
Surgical tubing would work pretty well.
unidentifiable thing. Oh, we got... I think this is one of the instances where there's multiple options. Because we now have a pebble and a nut. There's just all kinds of things that we can destroy
According to
this man's
Sergei's
skull
theory,
with.
I should be able to get in there without any problems. What now?
Alright, you just wait right there, buddy. Hey, can I borrow some of this hose? Or...
Hello. So late and you're still working?
Yeah, real funny, huh? You probably think it's hilarious that a poor guy like me has to work so
Yeah.
late. And then
I think it's a little bit
real funny.
convenient.
Haha.
Wow, you're in a good mood.
This guy's a
I'll just
fucking
have a
spy.
laugh At your cost, honestly.
If he fucked off, I would be able to take his
I
hose.
guess I'm a little irritable. Today's actually supposed to be my day off, and yeah, and now I have to work overtime just because this bunch of soldiers doesn't know how to flush the toilet. You hopefully aren't one of them, are you?
No
You
way.
been taking
Don't
fat
worry.
shits.
Good. The person who dumped this shit on my lap. He's going to be
I
sick
catch
of this
word
thinking
that any of this is yours.
Yeah, look, could we change the subject, please? My graphic imagination is very well developed, and my stomach is remembering what it had for lunch.
That's classic German expression.
Having to work on your day off is,
Alright,
of course,
that-
really
there's a
bitter.
picture of his
That
face,
would
like,
piss me off,
scowling,
too.
and the subject name was
Excuse
angry.
me, a slip of the tongue. Did you already have some plans? Cinema, a few bars, or anything?
Yeah, I wanted to go fishing. Couple of beers, rod in hand.
Yeah,
Just this construction worker just
What?
popping some bars of Xanax,
Well, just a really
chilling.
relaxing day. But maybe I can do it tomorrow instead. If only they'd finally pick the right lottery numbers.
He said couple
Lottery.
of beers, rod in hand, and she was like, yeah, I had a boyfriend like that once, but there's no way that they have enough, like... There's no underlying meaning there. She was just talking about fishing.
That car over there, is that yours?
No, I think that's been there for a few years now. I don't even know if there are any parts still in it.
Sure, I already got
Lottery.
everything out of
The
it.
ghost.
What is so special about that?
They hold a special drawing in which you can really clean up. You know, I've been playing the lottery for 20 years.
God, those
never won.
car sound effects
But
keep.
today is
This,
my
one of
lucky
them's just
day.
gonna whip around the
I could
corner.
tell when I woke up. All this shit is gonna end today. I'm gonna buy myself a little cabin on a nice river somewhere. Maybe I'll even buy the river too. And then,
Yeah, and then spend the whole day with your rod in the water. I know.
exactly. The stupid thing is,
When you're
you have to
fucking
have
rod.
every number in exactly the right order. If the
Okay.
first three numbers match, you can win something too. But to really clean up, all the numbers must
Tell
be
me about the mechanics of
That
this
means,
thing.
in the worst scenario, if you have one wrong number, you can lose completely.
Yep, but I'm gonna win. 856549. I'm gonna have a new life with these numbers.
856549.
I got it.
So the soldiers have screwed up your day off. Did they just turn up all of a sudden?
No, it wasn't that sudden. There've been rumors going around for a few days, but I had no idea there would be this many.
Just overwhelmed the toilets.
I have no idea what they're all doing.
You don't mean to tell me
Just one after another.
all over this quarter, and you have no idea why they're here?
Well, there are always a few soldiers running around here. After all, it's a military train station. But I haven't seen this many in a long time. I've heard they're heading to Novosibirsk.
And what do they want there?
I have no idea. They don't talk to us. Think they're just better than us. Most of them don't have an original idea in their head anyway. They merely follow their orders. Someone told me there are also scientists with them. And a little while ago I saw large cages. I have no idea what they're planning.
The scientists in
Yes.
cages.
Apparently there are some prisoners on the train. Maybe that's why.
Cages for prisoners? Are they keeping my father like a wild animal?
They're just
I
poking
urgently
him
have
and
to
making
get
him
on that
do
train and get him out.
science on clipboards. Throwing peanuts at him. Alright. I think I need to... Oh, clicked on the wrong thing. I think I need to make this guy go
As long as the
away.
worker is looking the other way,
Yeah.
you should take the opportunity.
So you gotta find some toilets and just let him have it.
See what Russian construction
I just
workers
stole
have
this
for
man's
breakfast.
lunch. For breakfast. It's got a rubber band.
Rubber band. Okay, alright, here we go.
We used
It's,
to share
yeah,
tin
it's a
cans of
catapult.
these when we were kids.
Not quite.
Can I eat the bread and butter? Nope. Okay. Okay. Well, I used the pebble. I should have asked you which you would prefer to use, but...
Pebble works. I have a feeling the nut could be used for something else.
The barrier is to stop people falling into the
I
open
feel-
sewer. It would make more sense to run one around the whole sewer.
I know this doesn't make any sense that would be the one thing I remember, but I feel like I do remember, like, you could use the nut or the pebble for the same
Demolition
thing.
of a workplace is never a...
This is like an encouragingly small area. Like, I feel we're going to be out of here in no time.
An advertisement for the Gartuzo Corporation. Outrageously expensive. Insufficient. If not, come to us. Gartuzo. By now, they seem to be everywhere.
Okay. I don't care.
Even with wheels, that...
Gartuzo's probably the bad guy. It's probably foreshadowing. Whatever. I don't care.
How do you say that?
Gartuzo. She said it Gartuzo. That means it's almost certainly not
Demolition
pronounced
of a
that way.
workplace is...
Alright.
Luckily,
Did she have directing of any kind?
Yeah, they said, read these lines. And then she did. I'm gonna shoot this guard.
Alright.
I mean, I guess I could shoot the sewer worker too, but...
You do have two... Oh my god, you have two things.
Well, maybe I'm supposed to shoot something else, actually. Can I shoot the... Maybe I can shoot the light, and then he
Up
can't read
there,
his
one can
newspaper.
watch over the entire area.
Because he'll just leave this guarded area that he's supposed to work at if I just shoot out the lamp, right?
Damn! That is the third
Damn.
report this month already. What idiot
Damn.
keeps ordering this cheap junk? The story was just about to get interesting.
Damn, I wouldn't leave that sweet ass hanging.
Here are the numbers for the special draw. 356549. One
Alright,
single wrong
well, it's a good
number.
thing we still have that
The
pencil.
sewage worker will be kicking himself in the ass all day
So
long.
that we can play a cruel
this newspaper
prank.
here?
Yeah?
Can I have it?
I guess so. The light bulb just exploded on me. It was really old anyway.
just
and
exploded
It'll be
on
weeks for sure before anyone replaces it. You have to fill out a form that is signed by the officer on duty and then faxed to the ministry. From there, it goes through 3 committees, and with some luck, I'll see another one before I retire.
I mean, but
Yes, the wonders of bureaucracy
you
are
said it's the
international.
third one this month,
What
so
about the newspaper?
it doesn't
Fine,
take that
just
long.
take it.
Why is this guy like a surfer?
The guy who took over...
He's like a...
Hello, Yushin.
He's a fucking Californian.
No. He's Yushin. That's a California name, right? So let's just pencil in this 8 here.
One small manipulation of the lottery results and the big win is perfect. Only short term, but isn't short term happiness better than none at all?
No.
And then let's lie to this man.
God.
And make him think
God.
that his life is improved.
Just adventure game protagonists are the worst people to ever live.
Hey, it says here you don't
the
have
late
to muck
issue.
shit
You
out
can
of
find
holes
out
in
in
the
here
ground
whether you can
anymore.
go fishing tomorrow or not.
Yes, I won! I won! I have to go home at once and tell my wife. Oh, what's the point? I'm going straight to my favorite fishing spot and we'll fish all night. And I'll quit first thing in the morning.
This man's life.
You'll find me down by the river.
I
I'm
can only
leaving
hope
my-
that he takes his
my
sweet time
horrible
without
wife.
resigning.
Alright, all that for a hose.
A long rubber hose.
Now I get to take his hose.
We could have just taken this from that one guy's house.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't have let us take it on the plane that he owns. Oh god, no, I thought it was almost out of this place. There's a whole other area? Alright, I'm cheating.
It stinks to high heaven. And the
Oh,
reason
it's
for it does
stinky.
not need analysis.
Oh. I didn't have any matches in my inventory, so I needed a shard of glass now.
Some of the soldiers have been using that hole in the floor as a...
Alright. Alright, Nina.
I assume that this pipe is for wastewater from the station.
We're gonna make some goddamn
A
progress here.
heavy-duty safety door.
I still have my keys even though my motorcycle's in a different country.
The door is open a bit, but it seems to have
hello?
wedged itself against something.
I mean, I guess the audio sounds right.
I guess she said that one out
Bright
loud.
light could be from a floodlight.
The rest of it's in her head. That one was
I
out
must
loud.
be under the railway station now.
Okay. So something's wedged against the door. We have
The door is open.
matches and a hose.
For you to check out after the stream, I sent you a video.
Okay. You don't wanna show this off?
I mean, if you want to ruin your stream with that.
I think we'll be fine. I kind of want to like clear this area and then call it. But
Yeah, that's a good goal, but okay, so you just shot the light out. What did that do?
Well, he dropped his newspaper so that I could alter it, so that I could lie to the man about winning the lottery, so that I could steal his hose. I don't know why I did that. Can I just go through the gate?
I guess.
According to Sergei's...
You guess what?
If he's a Splinter Cell 1 character, then yeah, you can just walk through now.
Hello, Yushin.
No.
So he's fine. Can I throw a brick
Has
at him?
anything- No, everything's quiet
Has
here.
anything special happened? Can I give him matches? No. Okay.
Oh shit, you can like rearrange the... Oh my god, that actually helps a lot. You can rearrange like the chat and everything in the moderator
All from the same watchman.
section of
Then
Twitch.
he should apply to one of those record-breaking shows on TV.
You know, one of those record-breaking shows.
Heard of them?
There's nothing here. Is there anything left here? Okay, there's the rusty jack.
That thing is completely rusted, and the crank doesn't move.
Need a cranking handle.
Oh.
Can I put the nut on it? No. Oh, fuck. Do I need to put butter on it? Yep, okay.
Good idea. I can use the butter for lubrication.
Yeah, that's a great idea, dude. Sure.
If butter's good at one thing,
I can crank the jack
It's
down
lubrication.
now, winding with my right and holding the car with my left? No, that won't work.
Okay. I mean, I have bricks. Just put the bricks on there. You're smart, Nina. You can do it.
I'll try to
Is
support
she-
this wreck with these bricks.
With these bricks. I just found 12 bricks. Let me check out this rubbish pile again just to make sure.
I have already picked up all the treasures.
Okay. Alright. We're gonna put this jack under the door, I guess. But I don't think there's a... Alright, sure. She's doing it. I don't know how that works. That's... she's... it's not even showing it happen, because it makes no sense. Alright. What do we got here? We got a wheel, distributor,
This
a base
one's
plate.
been sprayed red. Is that a valve?
Oh.
There is nothing.
That's a gamer reference right there.
Yeah.
Why should I? Until
Remember
I get
that,
an answer to this question.
Remember that? Was it Opposing Force where there's a room where there's a valve and a gearbox? That was an epic reference.
I don't know what's
yeah,
in there.
Yeah, it was.
Alright, so I'm just gonna get shot.
Either the ladder is in an awful condition, or no.
Okay. Can you use the... Please. Please, Nina, I'm begging you. She can't get out that way. Is there anything I can tie the hose to? Carpet sheet. Can you tie the hose here? No. Okay.
Some of the soldiers have been using that hole in the...
I'm gonna go out one more time. And peruse. And then I might call it, because... Oh, can I take this now? Yep, okay, that's fine. Take away the only safety equipment.
Oh, poles.
And
There's the ladder. Yeah.
I'm on it. We're gonna be out of here in no time.
The iron bars are too long and would probably get...
Oh.
I hate you so much, Nina. They're too long. Can't... Is there a way we can shorten iron bars? Oh.
Not really. There's no cutting anything.
Okay. Getting carried away. Can I tie this to this? No. Can I tie this to this? No. Can I set either of these on fire? No. Can I put the knot on here? No. Alright. Alright.
Can you, like, bend them or anything? Break them?
Pipe. Yeah, is there any element of the environment that I can stick them onto? Can I stick them under the car? No, okay. Let's key. Sergeant, please shorten these bars for me.
You look unbelievably strong. Are you really powerful as you look? Or is it
Oh my god. This has to be like a joke thing, right? Like it's just like secret dialogue.
Still easy on the eyes in 10 years.
Of course, optically, it is really very impressive.
This can't be the
The
real
problem with most bodybuilders is that they can pump huge weights and then not manage to open a jam jar.
Hey, wait. Show me the jam jar first.
Oh, have I insulted somebody's honor? I don't have a jam jar with me, but I do have these iron bars.
Give it to me. It's one of my easiest exercises.
Alright.
This is a Monkey Island solution.
Wow, I'm really
like
impressed.
specifically.
Hey, hello. It's me again.
Hi.
Oh, okay, we unlocked more dialogue by doing
You
that.
smoke quite a lot, don't you?
Yeah, I know it's unhealthy. But I simply
We
can't
have to get
give
all
it
the
up.
dialogue we can from this guy.
I've tried every...
Can we unlock a
Glad I get
secret
to sit
romance?
outside. At least here I can smoke.
It doesn't need to be
one?
secret.
Yes,
this is
please.
just
It'll be good
the
for my
romantic
nerves.
interest.
Isn't smoking forbidden inside the station?
Oh, we have a cigarette now.
Absolutely no smoking. They probably have stuff
My
stored in there.
my favorite thing is that
Oh,
he didn't know he was being seduced until you said explicitly, "I'm seducing you."
Sometimes.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it worked
Very
after
wise
that either.
words.
You just had to ask him to bend some bars.
Thanks a lot for the information.
My pleasure. See you soon.
You work here, right?
Wink.
Because I probably shouldn't be talking to you if you don't work here. Okay, here's the bars. It's also like...
God, they're not even bent that much.
No, they
You
just
could have put those in.
They just have to fit against the curve of the thing.
Man,
you just
he
wanted them to
really-
look nice.
It's about the aesthetics.
Yeah.
Okay, this should be a new area, so we can save and call it.
Oh, we get a
Okay.
cutscene. Wow, she's beautiful.
You can really, I mean, listen, for 1998, this was incredible.
People said the Atari wasn't really capable of advanced
So
graphics.
now I'm inside. Now the only
They showed them.
could be, and how I can look around without being caught by a soldier.
Alright, we're gonna have to give laxatives to a guard and steal his uniform. I don't know that that's the solution, but that's probably in here at some point. There's definitely at least one laxatives puzzle in this game.
Oh, it seems the type.
If not this one, then one of the sequels.
One of my favorite things about Monkey Island is how many solutions to puzzles exist that aren't actually anything to do with the main story. Like, there's this whole side quest in Monkey Island 4 about prosthetic body parts. And you specifically need 2 prosthetic body parts. Skin and a butt.
Those are
You
the most
can-
important ones.
Yes, they are. But you can actually collect about 20 prosthetic body parts, and you can just build a little Frankenstein, and this is now your companion. The only thing you do with him is you set him down, he hops once and then falls apart, and you have to put him back together again. And this is just in the game. And there's no reason for this.
I'm gonna stop streaming.
That's fine.